It's been a while. Yeah, it has. It's been a while, guys. I think the last MMD related tutorial or tutorial in general, it was March of last year. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm awful. And I told you guys I would make this tutorial like a month ago. Maybe not even that, almost a month ago. I think I have a few more days until it's a month. But a month ago. We'll go with a month ago. Sorry. Hello, everybody. My name is Macaron Paris Pretty, and welcome to, as I said previously, a a year long waited tutorial, that I said I would do for you guys a month ago. Here it is, the hair physics tutorial. Yay! Because for some reason you guys really like my physics, so I'm gonna teach it to you guys. Obviously you're gonna need the following stuff. You're gonna need some hair. I mean, that was a given right there, that hair. And you could use any type of hair you want. I don't care what you use. The tutorial I'm doing will be for, I'm going to show you how to do short, medium, and long hair. So, I mean, whatever you find, you can probably do it with that. You can do it with this with the short hair. Maybe this for the long, I'm going to use this for long hair anyway, but like maybe this for medium hair. I don't know, just whatever the hell you can find. And you can also, if you want, you can also like convert like Shining Nikki hair to MMD or Sims to MMD in some way. Just whatever you want, I guess. Yeah, we're go on, Deli, go on. Next, you'll also need PMX Editor. For this version, just scroll down and you'll see the downloads on one of these three things. This version of PMX Editor automatically comes with the skirt plugin that we will need for this tutorial. So don't worry about downloading the skirt plugin. We already got it. It's in this version. And you'll also need Blender, so just click on that little download button right there and you got that Blender. Of course, I don't know, you might need Miku Miku Dance, I don't know. I mean, if you want to animate and test it out, maybe you might need that, but you're gonna go ahead and download one of these two baby children right here. And of course, you're also going to need Blender tools. That was a given. That should be a given when you download Blender. You're gonna need the MMD tools, which, like I said, I'll provide the link for everything. So again, hair, PMX editor, scroll that down. There it is. Blender, MMD tools, and MMD itself. And one of these two buttons right here is what you want to download. Most PCs are going to be 64-bit, so just download that anyway. I mean, unless you have something from, I don't know, 2000, I think 20 and over, 2020 and before, you're probably going to want this. You're probably wanting to check your specs, but most of the time, if it's 2020 and after, it's going to be 64-bit. And before I forget, because I am awful at remembering stuff now, but I usually say this in every one at the beginning of my videos, but I've been slacking. This tutorial, are you paying attention, guys? This tutorial is for Windows PC computer only. Meaning, no, you cannot do this on your phone, your tablet, your microwave, your refrigerator, that horse in the backyard that somehow appeared out of nowhere. Oh shit, it's the Marilude. Okay, I'm just sorry. Anyway, we're gonna continue on. So the first thing you want to do is, of course, download your hair. Which, for this tutorial, I think I'm going to start with the long hair first. So, and then you want to open up PMX Editor, wherever the hell that may be for me. So you're going to open up your hair, which mine is in here. This one I want right here. And I'm going to open up this one because it's the unedited one. So what you're going to do now is you're actually going to remove all the bones except for this one, the one that says like the Japanese word for head. But everything else, all the hair bones, you're going to delete them. Keep the head bone, obviously. Go to the body tab, keep the head body, but delete the rest of it. So delete that. Joints, just just Control A and delete all that shit. Crap, I mean. I usually don't curse on my videos, but today I did. I'm sorry, guys. And yep, you now have stuff you need. Next you're going to take the bone that you have. You just click up here on the B tab to select the bone and just highlight the bone. On this W, click that, then click Start. You're going to weight paint at 100%. Weight paint the head bone to the hair. It'll be fixed eventually later, but we're gonna do this right now. But Dolly, this isn't how we get fit. Shut up, I know. We're doing this for now, and then we'll do the physics after. I'm gonna show you an easier way to do the physics so you don't have to look like a dummy trying to. This would be so much easier if I were right-handed. Okay, so I think we did all that. So we're just gonna go ahead and push the start again to stop the stuff. And now we're going to go to File, Save As, and I'm gonna save. This was what that one was. So I'm gonna just put a 0 long and then just yes. So always have a backup of your original in case you mess up somewhere, like I probably did, in some way. Okay, so we're done with that. We can exit off of that. Now you want this good child, the Blender. All right then. So when you have Blender, just push A on your keyboard and then delete on your keyboard to delete all that. Then push N, the letter N, on your keyboard, and you'll pop this thing at the side here. Go to MMD, and then click on Import right here. Yeah, okay, so you see that it says Model, Motion, Post. Import that model. And it's right here, so don't worry about all this. This stuff is fine. Just push Import. So now that we have this beautiful thing, I'm gonna hide that in the side real quick. Now that we have our beautiful hair, we're going to push the tab button and it'll go to edit mode. L, P, and then click by material. That's going to separate a bunch of stuff that I mean, it's not really important, but we're going to pretend it is anyway. Anyway, now that we have that out of the way, we're also going to click this sphere thing up here. It's the second one because you want the textures. And we're actually going back to object mode, and we're going to remove the textures for both of these. Remove those. You don't need them anymore. So now click tab again to go back into edit mode, and it was L on your keyboard, then push P on your keyboard. Instead of by material, you're going to push by selection. So there you go. You have a strand of hair that is separated. So again, you're going to push L on your keyboard, P by selection, L, P by selection, L, P by selection, and just keep going on until you get all the parts you need, I guess. Okay, that should be good enough anyway. Also, a tiny bit of a suggestion to make this a little easier on yourself. I would suggest starting from the back part of the hair. And then, so there's, two sections of hair. There's, usually, a back part and then the one behind the head, that part. I would suggest doing, that first and then going on to the more fronter ends, if that made no sense, but we're gonna go with it anyway. Like these right here, I could probably move those to the back later in PMX Editor, but we'll do that later. So now what you're gonna do, guys, this isn't very important, but we're gonna pretend it is anyway for the sake of importantness. You're gonna take each of your little strands of hair, which we don't have very many of them, it seems like, which is probably good. We're gonna take those, we're gonna make sure you're in object mode, by the way, and we're gonna go to this globe right here where the material is. You're gonna add a new material, and you're going to make it any color you want. You can just do random colors, and it all should be different colors, though, so make sure that when you do them, they're each somewhat of a different color. Doesn't matter if it's just a shade difference, it needs to be different so you can Yeah, this will make it easier to add the physics and such, like separating them. So any color you want, just as long as it's, you can even make it a shade darker, a shade lighter. I don't know. I don't care. As long as it's different from the original color. Okay, that should be good enough. We're not gonna worry about too much everything else. Okay, as I was saying, we're not gonna worry too much about all of this because this is a tutorial and I'm not trying to be too perfect on this. But you guys understand what I'm trying to do, hopefully. So now that we have all that out of the way, I'm going to push A on our keyboard to select it all. N. We're N on our keyboard, bringing up this menu. You're going to click on Export. So push Export and then go back to wherever the folder was. I'm going to call this one long. Just kind of make it easier for me. You could call whatever you want though. Don't worry about any of this. Just push Export PMX file. Open PMX editor back up. File open. Oh, wrong one. File open, and then do the correct one this time. And there we go. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to Control A and just push two-sided. And you can also Control A, make all of these the correct thing that needs to be for the diffuse, specular, and ambience. So you're also going to open up the texture of the original, update. Yes. And you can also like take that Control C and select all those, Control V, and there we go. We have the hair. It's perfect. Well, not really, not yet. So now what you want to do is you want to go to this thing that says M right here, click that, and then right click, select none. So we're going to try to find each individual strand. This is where it's going to get fun, guys, and time consuming. Especially the time consuming part, that's time consuming. So with that strand and the V right here, make sure the vertex is selected. You're going to highlight some of the hair. Not all of it, just about right here for me would be good, I think. And there we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back in this window, Edit, Plugin, User, Skirt Plugin, Skirt Plugin, and then this one right here. Push PMX Model, and then select Get Model. Okay, awesome. For this, since it's a long hair, you're going to make the circle 1, and the height is going to be 35. The jointed weight, make sure it's both of the head. The bone and the body are the head. If your model was like a rip from Sims or something, you're going to want to make that body yourself. To make the body, you're going to go to Edit. You're going to select the bone first. You're going to make sure that this B right here is selected, the bone key. You're going to highlight that bone. You're going to go to Edit, Bone, and then Create Rigid Body Bone Tracking. That's what you want for that one. And then you'll have the body for the bone, and then you'll be good. Now, the easiest way to do this is you're going to rename this to the Japanese name that translates to hair. So I'm going to have this in the description, but it's going to be this. And then go to body and then make the group 6. You can make it whatever number you want, just not 1. 1 is usually what the head, usually it's what the head bone would be. So make sure the group is any of these, just not 1, and then make sure you select 6 for the non-collision group or whatever number you chose in the group. Now that that's done, click Initialize, and then Anchor Start Points, and you're going to select the J. You're going to deselect V and B and select J. J is for the joints. And to make this look like this, you're going to see that where that on-off thing is? You're going to select that to turn it on or off. This makes it a little easier for me, so I usually have it on. So you're going to select the joints, and you're going to make them all one line. Pretty easy, right? You're also going to grow them a little bit and try to fit them as best as you can to where the hair is. So I'm going to move this forward slightly. That's looking pretty decent. We're going to go back to the skirt plugin. Make sure you do not close out of this, by the way. Oh my gosh, if you closed out of this, you're pretty much, you're not going to be a happy camper. So now select anchor endpoints. And then you have these joints. Now comes, you can exit off this now if you desire. You can just close out of that with the fun part now. We're going to be editing the physics. Woo! So usually for my hair fixes, I'll select from the first one to the very last one, make the form like the circle thing. The radius, I'm going to make 0.5 for this. You can make it as big or small. It depends on how big your head to physics is, which this one honestly isn't very big. I believe it's like, yeah, 0.2. So you're fine to do like the big one. But if it's a relatively larger head physics, you're going to want to make this either the head physics smaller or make the hair physics smaller. Either way, you're gonna want to collide with that. So now we're on to the fun part. Yay! Editing these to the physics settings. So for long hair, you're going to select the 0_1. And I'm going to do this by like 0, 1, 2, because you see these all have the number and then _1. Don't worry about that 1, you just want the beginning number. So for 0, the mass is actually 0.1. So you don't have to do much to that one. For 2, the mass is 0.09. Or 1, I'm sorry, 1.09. 2, the mass is 0.08. 3, 0.07. 4, 0.06, 5, you guessed it, 0.05, 6, oh, what'd you know, 0.04, 7, wow, oh wow, you guys are so smart, it is 0.03, how did you know? Or no, 8.02, my bad, 0.02, I thought it was on 9. 9 is 0.01, I'm going all over the place, and I don't know where I'm going. 10 is 0.009, so 2 zeros and a 9. 11 is you guessed it, 2 zeros and an 8. 12, well, you know, 2 zeros and a 7. You guys are getting so good at this. 13, well, you know, 0.2 zeros and a 6. How did you know? 14, obviously, 0.002 zeros and a 5. 15, 0.2 zeros and 4. 16, 0.20 and 3. 17, well, you know, 0.020 and 2, I think, yeah, 2. 18, 0.20 and 1. Now we get into the bigger stuff. We get into the bottom. 19 is going to be 0.3 zeros and then 9. We're getting somewhere now, guys. We're getting somewhere now. So 20 is 0.3 zeros and 8, not 1. We'll get to you later, 1. 21, well, you know, 0.3 zeros and a 7. You guys are getting good. You guys are getting pretty good at this. So now we're on 28. This is where it's going to get a little bit, just slightly complicated. 28 is going to be obviously 4 zeros and a 9. However, when you get to 29, it's going to be 0.00007, not 8, 7. For 30, 0.004 zeros and a 5. So there we go. It's going to change that too, so don't worry about that. 31.4 zeros and a 3, and then 32 and 30 are going to be like little normal. 0.4 zeros and a 2, and then 0.4 zeros and a 1 for 33. Now it's time for the movement. Woo! For the very last one, 33, movement and rotation are just both going to be 1. Just go ahead and put those both bad boys to 1. They're going to be 1. Now we're going to do movement for everything else. 0 to about 14. Oh, so make sure you have your shift key selected. So when you push 0, you go down to 14 with the shift key. The movement for this is going to be, so movement's going to be and you're going to have 6 8s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 8s. Then you're going to go 15 to 25. Make sure you click the right thing this time. So 15 to 25. It's going to be 0.69. And then finally 26 to 32. Make sure you click the right stuff. Don't be messing up like I do. The movement's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nines. You're going to have an extra 9 in that one compared to the other ones. And that's the movement. Now the rotation. You're going to go take 0, shift to 31. The rotation is going to be 0.999. So 3 nines. And then 32 is going to be 0.999999. So 6 nines basically. And that is pretty much it. You do not have to worry about the joints. Don't even worry about those. They just there for your entertainment. Just kidding. Not for your entertainment, but you know, pretend. So here is what that physic would look like. And obviously if we had like, if the whole hair was physicky, it would look a lot better. But there you go. There is your beautiful hair physic. Woo. Can I just like hide that? There we go. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Yes, beautiful hair. Yes. So obviously you do that for the rest of the hair. Yeah, I thought it was pretty obvious, but just in case you didn't know, you do that for the rest of the strands that you separated. Just the same process. Yeah. And of course, medium and short are going to be almost the same. Almost the same. I will have in the description what it should be like. For example, for long, of course, you knew circle was 1 and height was 35. Medium and short, everything's going to be, circle's always going to be 1 for the hair. However, the height is going to be different for each length of hair. For long, it was 35. For medium, it's usually going to be 28. And for short, the height is going to be 20. And like I said, I will provide everything in the description of what the circle should be, the mass for each of them, what the movement should be, the rotation, and of course, repel and friction are always going to be 0. There's just don't even worry about that. So I hope this tutorial helped. If it did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe because it's been forever since I've been here. And yeah, I will see you guys in another video. Bye! I also forgot to mention, this isn't super important, but it would probably be helpful in the long run when you have PMX Editor open in the display tab, by the way. Make a new, with the plus sign, just make a new thing. I've already made this, so I don't need that one, but then call it hair in both English and Japanese, and this one's, so make the hair tab thing, and then add your hair bones. This would be so much easier if I were right. Oh, I actually did it. Anyway, so add your hair bones to that, and then save it again, and you're good to go.